Glow 365 presents the Sisters of Faith Show, hosted by your girl, Lady Q. I am a certified relationship coach, life coach, and an evangelist who will be sharing conversations on real life topics such as being a Christian facing real issues, making intentional decisions, and how to see God in our day to day life, and much more. And now, here's Coach Lady Q. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, love and blessings, and welcome to the Sisters of Faith Show, presented by Glow 365, and I am your host, Coach Lady Q. Thank you for tuning in to CRRFM.com. Now, today we are going to talk about tapping into the power that is within you, right? So all of us have something that we tap into. But given the fact that this is the Sisters of Faith show, I am going to talk about tapping into the power that God has placed inside of you, that he's placed in all of us. And basically what that is that based on where we are, based on our life experience, based on our relationship with God and the depth of our relationship with God, what power are we tapping into? How deep or how great that power is. And so first, we're going to talk about how the world views it. The world talks about manifesting things into your life. And so because your girl is a, I guess you can say I love words. I'm a dictionary person. So I take the time to pull up words that's in the dictionary to really look at what they mean and the depth of meaning, and not just what they mean now. What was the origin of that word? Where did that word start? So that we can look at where we are now, but walk it back so that we are aware of what we're actually saying, what we're tapping into, and who we say we are when we use all of these words, right? So when we look at manifest in itself means easily noticed or perceived, obvious, plain, to show plainly or reveal or display. Therefore, manifest means that something is being revealed. Manifest means that it's tangible, it's palpable. We can reach it and we can touch it, right? And the origin of manifest means detected in the act, evident and visible. What is something that we can look at and see out of our natural eye? It is that thing that can be detected. It's visible. We can see it. We can perceive it. We can reach it, right? So when we think about manifestation, it's an act of manifesting, materialization. Therefore, it means to materialize something. And oftentimes, we hear people talk about manifesting their destiny and manifesting certain things. Yet at the same time, if it's tangible, if it's palpable, if I can touch it, that means it's already present before me. It has nothing to do with faith. And a lot of times people are talking about manifestation based on what they can do, how they can bring it to life based on their dreams and different things, right? So one of the things that's used is the law of attraction. Oftentimes with the laws of attraction, it means attracting, creating, and allowing. You have to be in a space where you attract what that thing is that you want. You're creating it to make it to be so that you can do it. And you're allowing it to happen. Now, this is based on the thinking of tapping into the universe, having belief in speaking to the universe so that whatever it is that you desire, how you want your life to go, what are you trying to bring into fruition into your life, you're able to reach it because you can see it. you're able to think about it enough and long enough that you'll become the very thing that you're trying to attract to you. Therefore, you're attracting, manifesting what's already present. Now, those that believe in manifestation and manifesting and laws of attraction, I'm not here to beat anyone down or judge anybody, just walking through the process of what manifestation is versus tapping into the power that God has placed inside of us, right? So when we look at what we have inside of us and how to get to whatever that thing is that's desired, is it truly self, or are we seeking God to get to whatever it is? Because another method is used is the 3-6-9 method. And so we're going to take a break right now. But when we come back, we're going to talk about the 3-6-9 method.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christmas bells are ringing, and the Jamaican American Association would like to invite you to our annual Christmas celebration on December 16th, 2023, from 6:30 till 11:30 at the Church of the Messiah, 241 Main Street, Winter Garden, Florida, 34787. Tickets are available at $60 for adults and $30 for children 12 and under. Call 407-486-5001, 407-276-3685, or 407-292-3719 to get your tickets and information. Visit our website, jaaocf.com, to learn more about us. We look forward to celebrating Christmas with you this year.
This is Adriana Clark, and you are now listening into Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network on CRRFM.com.
Welcome back to Sisters of Faith, and I'm your girl, Coach Lady Q. Thank you for joining me today as we're talking about tapping into the power that is within us. And we're talking about manifestation, what manifest means. And now we're transitioning into the 3-6-9 method. Now, the 3-6-9 method is writing down your desired manifestation. Whatever that thing is that you desire, that you want to manifest into your life, you're going to write down 3 times in the morning, 6 times during the day, and 9 times in the evening. Now, again, I'm not against anybody's method of how they're choosing to tap into whatever their power source is. But again, here at Sisters of Faith, I look into how God functions in our life and how we can get into what He desires for us in order that we can reach whatever it is that we're required to reach. But at the same time, this 3-6-9 method of writing 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the middle of the day, and 9 times in the evening, what it is that it causes one to believe that they can reinforce the universe to give them what they're seeking by writing these things down. Now, some of us can look at that as a form of journaling what the desires are that you have, where you want to be in life, where you want to go, and now I'm going to manifest it. The question that I have is, how do you manifest these things? What is it that you have to do besides the writing, the 3, 6, and 9 times a day? And when I look at that, the question that I have is, in my view, and maybe I may be poking a little bit at controversy, is it that you're making yourself believe that you can have what you desire? Is it a lack of trust? Because oftentimes when we find ourselves writing something over and over and over and over again, I'm trying to build the confidence inside of me to get to the goal that I desire to reach. I'm trying to tell myself that I can do this. I'm trying to tell myself that it's attainable. I can see it, but there's something in me that's hindering reaching my goal. So if I continue to write it down 3 times in the morning, 6 times during the day, and 9 times in the evening, now I'm trying to reinforce a belief of a thought process that if I write it down, it's achievable. If I write it down, I can attain it. If I write it down, it will materialize. But how long do you have to write it down? And again, to me, it speaks to the fact of possibly having some trust issues in there. And I can't speak for myself. I have found myself journaling at times in my life and struggling with things and having the confidence, the lack of confidence to do certain things. So I would write down certain goals and aspirations and things that I needed to do in order to achieve something. But it really wasn't the writing down that got me to achieve it. It was taking the next step, doing the work that I needed to do in order to achieve it, or in order for that thing to manifest itself. And so as we move forward and we're looking at manifestation versus tapping in just into the power of God and what God requires of us. You know, we can write things down and we can build our confidence, but at the same time, as you're building your confidence, what are you doing in the process to take the necessary steps needed to get to your goal, for it to be manifest, for you to be elevated where you need to be elevated? Because if I need a job, or better yet, if I'm looking to be promoted and I write down 3, 6, and 9 times a day that I am going to be promoted, am I going to be promoted just by writing it down, or writing it down, is that going to give me the confidence that I need to believe that I can be promoted? So I think more with the 3, 6, 9 method, although it's not a bad method, it doesn't get us any closer to manifestation. But what it does, it gets us to the place of being confident that it's possible, that it's reachable, that it will materialize. And so with that being said, it's a good method to use. It's all about how the method is used. Is all your confidence in the method, or understanding that the method will give you some confidence in order to take the necessary steps? I need you to think about that for a second, and we'll be right back.
Hey, it's your girl, Coach Lady Mia, host of The Mia Almond Show, presented by Official Woman of Culture 365 and executive producer of Glow 365 TV and radio shows. As a certified master life coach and certified in other areas of mental health counselor and practitioner, self-care and boundary settings, health and nutrition, and as a wellness advocate, I share honest conversations with individuals on various topics that affect men, women, mentally, physically, and spiritually, to celebrating our cultural heritage. So join me every first and fourth Thursday right here on Caribbean Rhythms Radio, online at crrfm.com, and also on YouTube at Glow 365 TV shows at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Glow 365 TV show. So tell a friend to tell their friends and join in on the conversation to find your power of glow that equals our greater level of wellness within the mind, body, and soul.
Glow 365 TV presents Sisters of Faith, hosted by Coach Lady Q, founder of Sisters of Faith in Pink and Pearls. Lady Q is an evangelist, certified life and relationship coach with a bachelor's in pastoral care. Lady Q will be streaming on how important it is to take care of your spiritual wellness, how to release your baggage while finding God's purpose in life, and the vital skills to build stronger relationships with a solid foundation, and much, much more. Now join Lady Q every third Tuesday as we stream on YouTube at Glow 365 TV shows at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and every third Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on CRRFM.com as we talk about the mind, body, and soul. A conversation you do not want to miss, and one you will definitely want to share. Welcome back to Sisters of Faith with your Coach Lady Q. Today we're talking about manifestation and tapping into the power that's inside of us. And so we do see manifestation mentioned in scripture. And so oftentimes when we see that, it's God revealing something, the Lord shedding light on a situation, the manifestation of God being present in the situation. And also with that being said, when God gets to a place where he's manifesting, when we see manifestation in scripture, what's happening is talking about the obedience of the person, that God manifests himself because of a person's obedience, or the Lord is revealing light to something that where a group was being disobedient or a person is being disobedient. And so what that revelation is showing is that there's some work you need to do. There's something you need to work on. And so the Lord is shedding light on some things. And so that means that there's some growth in this process. And so when we look at how the world views manifestation, they're talking about believing in the universe and how the universe sees things. Again, I'm not here to judge or tell someone that they're wrong because that's what they believe. But as for me, I look at scripture and what the scriptures say about manifestation and what does it require for me to reach something, because the word also tells us in everything that God should be in everything that we're doing. So if I have a goal that I'm trying to reach, God should be in the midst of that goal. Then what do I need to do in order for what I have a desire for? What should I be doing? And sometimes people use the scriptures, speak those things that are not as though they were, in order to use the word manifestation or to manifest. Yes, when you look at manifestation and you see that, you are speaking things that are not as though they are. But what comes with that? There's a faith that comes with speaking something that's not tangible right now, that hasn't materialized, so that it can materialize and become tangible. That means that there's a certain process in which we have to go through. And in that process means that I have to have such a relationship with God in order to speak something that's not as though it is. My faith has to be in a certain place with God to speak something that's not as though it is. On top of that, am I walking in obedience in order that God may give me the desires of my heart, right? So we have to look at that in itself, because when we walk in obedience, God then begins to show up and he begins to give us the desires of our heart. He begins to bless us in this walk that we're going through. And so this is where we begin to see the manifestation. Now, I can write things down and keep writing them down repetitively to gain the confidence. But when I trust a God in whom I know that can do the unbelievable, that can do greater than what man can do, then that means that God can give me what people say I can't have. God can do for me what other people can't do for me. Why? Because I'm walking in obedience and I'm tapping into the power of God that's inside of me. I'm not trying to gain anything off of selfish gain, because this is something that I want and something that I desire for me, for myself, and for I. It is because of the desire that I have in my relationship with God, and God see it good for me. Because what if you do the 3-6-9 method and you never get it? It never happens. What if you do all the things, you believe in the laws of attraction, but no one talks about what if it never happens? When you see that, then they're telling you that, oh, there's still some things that you have to work on. There's still some things that you have to do, because you have to be able to attract what you want to you based off of who you are. But then what if you never get it? What if it never materializes? What if it's never present? So then you're left standing with something empty, trying to hold on to something, when you walk in God with whatever your desire is, and you know the power that's inside of you to reach it and to touch it and to receive it, God never leaves us empty. He never leaves us in a place of, well, I didn't, did all the things and it's not happening. So what do I believe next? What do I trust next? Who do I trust next? Because when we trust God, that means sometimes he's going to tell us no in what's happening. Sometimes he's going to say not right now. Sometimes he's going to say wait. So if he's saying no and he's saying wait, then the no means absolutely not good for you. The wait means it's just not good for you right now. But the laws of attraction and the 3-6-9 method doesn't even give us any other variables except for attracting it to ourselves and building our confidence, right? So right now we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and get deeper into the power that works inside of us. What does that look like? So hold on for a second, and we'll be right back in a moment.
Season's greetings, everyone. Each year, the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida conducts a Christmas gift drive for victims of domestic violence. Please help us to bring a smile and to brighten someone's Christmas this year by donating an unwrapped gift for a man, woman, teenager, or child at Harbor House in Central Florida. For additional information or to learn where to drop your items off, please call 407-292-3719 or 407-486-5001, or email us at jaaaocfl@gmail.com. You may also visit jaaaocf.com to make a cash donation to the gift drive. Thank you so much in advance for your generosity.
Dis-ease is the cure if the symptoms are consciously managed, as in soul therapy, which uses dis-ease as medicine. It exposes the root causes of the conditions, whether they be physical, in relationships, or in society. Soul therapy is complementary to all other modalities of healing or remediation because it accelerates cure, reduces suffering, and attracts the wisdom and energy to help prevent, treat, or recover from dis-ease.
Welcome back to Sisters of Faith with Coach Lady Q. I'm hoping and praying that you're enjoying the show and you're having an amazing day while listening to the show. And if you're seeing it on Facebook, watching the show, even on YouTube. So with that being said, we're going to jump back in and we're talking about manifestation. And more importantly, we're talking about the power that works inside of us. And so in Philippians 4:13, it says, I am able to do all things through him who strengthens me. So that means I can do anything, all things through him who strengthens me. Therefore, my power source is God. Therefore, I have to tap into the source of God in order to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do, knowing that he's going to give me strength to do it. You see, oftentimes we're faced with things in our life and there is something that we have to do, and we may feel weak in the process. We may be hesitant in the process. We may even be scared. But knowing who God is, he will give you the strength that you need in order to do whatever it is that's in front of you. Not allowing ourselves to be caught off guard by people and what people are saying. I'm saying this to you because oftentimes you can have a dream to do something, and what somebody will do, they'll come along and they become that dream snatcher, that dream killer. They want to kill the dream that you have, and they're telling you, oh yeah, you can't reach that. Oh yeah, you can't do that. You don't have the strength to do that. There's no way. But yet and still, God placed it inside of you for you to do it. It's a desire that you have. You can do it, but understand that you have to be in such a place that you don't lean on other people to gain your strength. Oftentimes we want to go to somebody and say, yeah, I got this idea. Let me tell you about this idea. And then they're sitting there looking at you saying, oh, okay, well, that's a good idea. And they say it into you in such a way that like you feel like you're by yourself. You feel like you're alone. Then you begin to question like, should I do this? I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I should move forward because this person wasn't as excited as I am. They wasn't excited about the idea that I have. Understand that God will give you what you need in order to do the very thing that is set before you, to achieve a goal that you have. But instead, it's leaning on the understanding of somebody else. This is the beautiful thing. When you have a dream to do something, know that God gave it to you. And see, sometimes when God gives you things, that's not meant for everybody's ears in that moment. Sometimes you got to move in silence to do the work that you need to do to achieve the dream that's inside of you to achieve. Therefore, you have to lean on God, knowing that he will strengthen you through the process. That means he'll give you everything that you need so that you can get it done. That means that he will be there to hold you up when you find yourself in a weak space. That also means that he will send the right people in a very intricate way to get you where you need to get to. And so you can't always lean on other people and their thoughts and their ideas and because what'll happen in that process is they'll start to tell you, well, I think you should do it this way. Or they'll ask, here's one of the questions that they ask. Are you're sure that it was God talking to you? Are you sure that that's what God wanted you to do? Or, I just don't really see you doing that. I don't really see you doing that because that's really not you. You may be already nervous about the thought and the idea that you have to do. And now they have you in a place of second guessing. They're adding more fear into your life. And so, yeah, that are those dream snatchers and dream killers that saying, I can implement so much fear that it will stop you from doing the very thing that you desire to do. It'll stop the very dream that you have that's inside of you. And therefore, you won't be successful in what you're doing. So you can't take that and lean on other people when God says, I have something for you. It's just a way of you tapping in. It's how you tap in. It's what you need to do. It's understanding the power that's working inside of you to get to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing. That means that you can't lean on other people and what people are saying. And when somebody doesn't agree, then you have to keep moving forward. And that means that you may have to walk this thing out by yourself. That means you may have to do research, and you may have to do all this by yourself. And it's going to be people that's not going to answer your questions. You may ask, well, how did you get to that? And then they say, well, I had to figure it out, so you have to figure it out. That's just the reality of some of the things that we face in the process when there's things that we desire to do, or even when God placed something inside of us to do. We have to learn to tap into the Lord that's strengthening us, because you can't really try to lean on someone else gaining strength from them. And you need to gain your own strength for yourself. And so how do you gain that strength? Where do you go to get that strength? You gain the strength from God. You lean into God. You press into him, and he will begin to reveal to you all the things that you need to do to get to that point. So we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Sisters of Faith, and I'm your girl, Coach Lady Q. I'm praying that you're having an amazing day. And as my little one would say, a wonderful day. And so right now we're talking about how to tap into the power that's inside of us, how to recognize it. And earlier it was Philippians 4:13, understanding that, you're able to do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So you got to know who you're tapping into. You got to know where your source is, and not leaning on the dream snatchers and dream killers. There's plenty of them out there, and we don't need to add any more dream snatchers or dream killers to our life. And so let's go to John 15:5, where it says, I am the vine, you are the branches. The one who remains in me and I in him produces much fruit, because you can do nothing without me. What is that saying? In order to manifest, in order to produce the fruit that's inside of you, you have to be tapped in to the source. So if the Lord is the vine and we're the branches, that means we have to be connected to him. Being connected to him in such a way that as we connect to him and we walk in the ways that he has for us to walk in, therefore we will be able to produce a certain type of fruit. Our fruit that we produce is based on the source that we're tapped into. And the beautiful thing about tapping into God and God being your source, that means it's a sure thing. That means that no one can come and distort it, take it, destroy it. It's up to you, because it's the fruit that you're producing in this process, right? And so it says, because you can do nothing without me. That lets me know that if there's an idea that I have, a desire that I have, there's something that I want to do, that means I have to be so tapped into God, and I have to be so connected to him that I'm asking God, Lord, how am I supposed to do this thing that's given to me? Give me the plan. And so this is where the writing down comes in. Yeah, earlier we talked about the 3-6-9 method and the laws of attraction. But really what this is that you have to make a plan on what you desire to do. And if God has given you an idea, there's a dream that you have. Now sit down with it and begin to write out the plan. What is the plan that you have? How do you plan on getting from point A to point B, from point B to point G, from point G all the way down to Z? How do you hit every one of those points in order for you to produce the fruit that's inside of you to produce? Understand that you're equipped with everything that you need in order to produce. It's already inside of you. It's about you shifting into obedience with God, asking God, well, Lord, what am I supposed to be doing? Because I clearly cannot do this by myself. I can't do this without you. And knowing that when you tap into him, he will begin to reveal the plan to you. And that's the beautiful thing. It is great to journal. It is great to have vision boards, because the vision board is saying, this is my plan, whether you do it in words or you do it in pictures. I personally think pictures are great, but I'm a visual person. I have done a vision board, and everything has pictures and scriptures and quotes, and all of those things are things that I look at because it allows me to see where I want to go. Yet and still, the beautiful thing about it is that's not my end all be all. I may have a vision on where I want to go, but God's vision may be greater. So if I'm tapped into God, not only is he going to lay out my plan for me and walk through it, it's going to be better than what I planned. It's going to be much bigger than what I planned it to be. And so with that being said, I have to tap into him, right? And so in 2 Corinthians 12:9, it says, concerning this, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it would leave me, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for in my power is perfected in weakness. That means that in the process of our plan, we may go through something and it becomes like what Paul was talking about, that thorn in your flesh. I keep trying, but this headache keeps showing up. I keep trying, but this person keeps showing up. I keep trying, and all these distractions keep coming. Are you going to allow yourself to be distracted from the very thing that you should be doing? Or are you going to stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing? You can get distracted because, yes, the enemy is going to come and cause all kind of distractions and do all of these things. But are you going to stay focused and trust God, knowing that his grace, he's giving you grace to do whatever it is that you need to do? Are you trusting him through the process? Or are you looking at what you see and you allowing your confidence now to be messed with? You allowing your confidence now to be shaken. We have to trust God in every and all things that we do, even when issues show up. Because understand, there are those that are watching you that want to see you fail, that don't want to see you succeed. So they're going to become a thorn in your flesh. They will point out all the things that are not positive, again, having you second guessing your decisions that you're making and what you're doing. You can't allow people, things and stuff to be a thorn in your flesh to keep you from the very thing that you ought to be doing. So what we have to do is tap into the source of God, but knowing that he's inside of us, strengthening us and giving us everything that we need to achieve whatever goal we have to achieve, right? So I need you to just sit right there, be still for a second, and we'll be right back.
This is Adriana Clark, and you are now listening into Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network on CRRFM.com.
Season's greetings, everyone. Each year, the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida conducts a Christmas gift drive for victims of domestic violence. Please help us to bring a smile and to brighten someone's Christmas this year by donating an unwrapped gift for a man, woman, teenager, or child at Harbor House in Central Florida. For additional information or to learn where to drop your items off, please call 407-292-3719 or 407-486-5001 or email us at info jaaocfl@gmail.com. You may also visit jaaocf.com to make a cash donation to the gift drive. Thank you so much in advance for your generosity.
Glow 365 TV presents Sisters of Faith, hosted by Coach Lady Q, founder of Sisters of Faith in Pink and Pearls. Lady Q is an evangelist, certified life and relationship coach with a bachelor's in pastoral care. Lady Q will be streaming on how important it is to take care of your spiritual wellness, how to release your baggage while finding God's purpose in life, and the vital skills to build stronger relationships with a solid foundation, and much, much more. Now join Lady Q every third Tuesday as we stream on YouTube at Glow 365 TV shows at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and every third Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on CRRFM.com as we talk about the mind, body, and soul. A conversation you do not want to miss, and one you will definitely want to share. Welcome back to Sisters of Faith with your girl, Coach Lady Q, as we're talking about tapping into the power that's inside of us and trusting God with what he's given us. You know, sometimes God will give you a vision for something and he'll show you how to work it out. And like I was saying earlier, we go to people and we ask for their ideas. We ask for their comment. What are we asking for? We're asking for approval. Quit asking for approval, because see, if God has given it to you, that means it's already approved. You don't need approval. He's already given it to you. Therefore, he's telling you, I'm giving it to you. I'll give you the plan. You got to walk in obedience. You have to trust me through the process. Even when it looks like it ain't quite working out. Even when you don't know all the details, you just got to trust God with that process. And so this is something that's just like, I have really been thinking about lately, because I have experienced a lot of different things and the Lord has given me vision into a lot of things that I'm supposed to be doing and supposed to do, and things that are coming up that I'm saying, okay, God, that's really big and this is huge. Because understand that even though I'm here encouraging someone who may have something in front of them to do and they may be hesitant, I find myself sometimes hesitating because I'm like, okay, God, that's a little bit big. But I have to continue to trust him through the process. So in Ephesians 3:20, it says, now to him who is able to do above and beyond all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us. But in the King James Version, it says, now unto him who is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us, which means according to the power of God that's in me. How great that power is that's resting and sitting in me is what God will work with. So if I trust him wholly in whatever the vision is that I have, that means he's going to do exceeding abundantly above all of that in which I ask or think. So I can have a plan to do an event for only 10 people, and God can make it 100 people, 500 people. He said, I'm going to do exceeding abundantly. Imagine exceeding abundant of what you can think or imagine or ask. So you're asking God, Lord, I need you in this situation. I have this vision. God, I'm trusting you. I'm walking in alignment of what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to be obedient to all the things that you require of me. And then God says, oh, you only want 10 people to show up? I got 50. Oh, you only want 50 people to show up? I got 200 for you. He's going further than what we can ever think, more than what we can imagine, greater than what we can ask, Because see, the beautiful thing about it is because he put it inside of you, he's already equipped you with everything you need to do the very thing that he's giving you a vision to do. Therefore, with that being said, he's going to do beyond what you can see, beyond what you know, beyond what you ask. So when I look at manifestation and understanding that it's really about what you can see, but when you walk into God, God is saying, okay, you see that, but I see this greater than what you see. You're asking for that, but I'm going to give you exceeding abundantly above that. Because I know what I equipped you with. You may not even know what God has equipped you with. God knows what you're equipped with. So because God knows what you can do, the first place that we run when that does happen is fear a lot of the times. So I wanted to take this time to encourage you to understand that whatever vision that God has given you, trust him in what he's giving you. Therefore, tapping into the power that is inside of you, and God will work in that place and that power according to what's already inside of you. So you can't live in fear. You can't live in hesitation. You can't live in looking for someone else to affirm you and approve you. God is the approval. God is the affirmer. God is the one that will give you the strength in order that you endure what you have to do to get through it. God is the one that said, I'm going to block the dream snatchers and the dream killers. If you trust me and you don't lean on only what you see, this is where your faith begins to work in the process. Understand when it says to speak those things that are not as though they are, which means you got to have the faith. And having faith means to do the work, because faith without works is dead, which means you have to make a plan. And when you do everything that you can do, now the power of God that's inside of you will do everything that you can't do, but not only what you can think, not only what you ask, but he will do greater than that, far beyond what you thought that it was going to be, because God is amazing like that. Now, would I want manifestation? What I could see, or what I want greater than what I could see? I would rather have greater than what I could see, knowing that God is going to put me in a situation where he's going to equip me. He's going to sustain me. He's going to strengthen me. He's going to uphold me. He's going to cover me. He's going to take me through the process. And I'm not left somewhere saying, okay, well, this didn't happen, so what else do I need to do? I'm not sitting somewhere sitting in fear because I trust God. I'm not hesitating on what I need to do because the Lord had already gave me what I need to do. And when I trust God, he's going to give far greater than what I asked. He's going to do far bigger than what I asked and what I thought. So it's one of those things you got to really hold on to God and walk in obedience. And when you take care of what God requires of you to take care of, understand that he'll take care of your stuff. He'll take care of your vision. He'll take care of your dream. And you don't have to sit it on the back burner. You can trust him for it, and he's going to get you through it. So I need you to hold on for a second, and we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christmas bells are ringing, and the Jamaican American Association would like to invite you to our annual Christmas celebration on December 16th, 2023, from 6:30 till 11:30 at the Church of the Messiah, 241 Main Street, Winter Garden, Florida, 34787. Tickets are available at $60 for adults and $30 for children 12 and under. Call 407-486-5001, 407-276-3685, or 407-292-3719 to get your tickets and information. Visit our website, jaaocf.com, to learn more about us. We look forward to celebrating Christmas with you this year.
Hello and welcome. My name is Ronnie Walker. Allow me to introduce you to the MrRelationshipManCave.com website. Listen, gentlemen, today is not the day to show up halfway for yourself and for the woman you aim to please. Nutrition and mental health are important to fully experience a healthy and exceptional relationship. As a man, we want to make sure we have what is needed to start and finish strong. So go to www.mrrelationshipmancave.com and explore the possibilities.
Food, music, and romance. The perfect combination. I am vegan chef Sandy Moraes. My sensational vegan recipes are sensational. Jerk chickpea salad, Mary Berry Blaze, apple walnut salad, and cashew cream parfait. Let's cook with love and passion and start making your sensational vegan recipes. Order your sensational vegan recipes cookbook today. $29.95 at vegantuneupcafe.com.
Welcome back to Sisters of Faith. It has definitely been a pleasure with you, talking to you about manifestation versus just tapping into the power that's inside of you. And I just want to leave this with you. I want to encourage you. If you are struggling with a vision, if you're struggling with a desire, don't put it down. Don't let it go. If you got to take baby steps to get to your goal, then take those baby steps. If it means to wait right now, and when the time comes and God opens the door, then you better step through that door. Oftentimes, God will send people your way to open a door, and because of fear, we close the door. So don't allow fear to control you. Don't allow other people around you to block you. You got to shut down the dream snatchers and dream killers, because understand the enemy doesn't want to see you successful. There's people around you that don't want to see you successful. So you got to keep moving. Don't give up on what's inside of you. Trust God through the process. And so I encourage you to hold on and understand, just like Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So when you know you can do all things through Christ who gives you the strength that you need to do what you need to do, therefore that says that it'll happen. You can do it. So continue to hold on and don't give up. And until next time, I want you to join us next Thursday right here on CRRFM.com for the Glow 365 show, as we stream live on www.crrfm.com at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your girl, Coach Lady Q. Thank you for tuning in. And for questions and comments, you can find me on Instagram at YAGURL.LadyQ, LADYQ. Send your questions, send your comments, and don't hesitate. Be open, be honest, be straightforward, be blunt. And until next time, let me tell you something. Don't let anyone pull you down. Hold your head up and keep pressing forward. Blessings to each and every one of you. And also, you might have a bad moment, but that doesn't mean you can't have a wonderful day. So have a wonderful, amazing, and blessed day.
Hey, this is your girl Sophie G, your real sister from the Sophie G Show, and I am giving a shout out to KUO Magazine. They're dedicated to promoting a greater level of wellness in all of us. Yes, they bring out that glow. Caribbean Under One magazine features different cultures and personalities of both men and women from within our own communities, sharing biographies and their personal stories and challenges, even their secrets as to how they overcame the toughest obstacles they faced, with the hope of inspiring others. Caribbean Under One magazine gives back, and they acknowledge by honoring the ribbon of Survivors 365 by bringing awareness to those who have overcome and struggled with chronic illnesses and conditions. They inspire. KUO, encourages, and reminds us all of the true importance of having that glow in all our lives, a greater level of wellness. This is your girl Sophie G, your real sister, who promises to always keep it real. For me not lie, I'm not try. And I say, get your subscription today. Just log on, tell your friends, tell your family to join in and become a member, to subscribe to KUOmagazine.com today.
Food, music, and romance. The perfect combination. I am vegan chef Sandy Maurice. My sensational vegan recipes are sensational. Jerk chickpea salad, Mary Berry Bliss, apple walnut salad, and cashew cream parfait. Let's cook with love and passion and start making your sensational vegan recipes. Order your sensational vegan recipes cookbook today, $29.95 at vegantunacafe.com.
Hey, it's your girl, Coach Lady Mia, host of The Mia Almond Show, presented by Official Woman of Culture 365 and executive producer of Glow 365 TV and radio shows. As a certified master life coach and certified in other areas of mental health counselor and practitioner, self-care and boundary settings, health and nutrition, and as a wellness advocate, I share honest conversations with individuals on various topics that affect men, women, mentally, physically, and spiritually, to celebrating our cultural heritage. So join me every first and fourth Thursday right here on Caribbean Rhythms Radio, online at crrfm.com, and also on YouTube at Glow 365 TV shows at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Glow 365 TV show. So tell a friend to tell their friends and join in on the conversation to find your power of glow that equals our greater level of wellness within the mind, body, and soul.
This is your girl, Adriana Clark, and you are now listening into Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. I invite you to join me every Saturday for Saturday Praise, when we come and we give God all the glory and all the thanks. Tune in every Saturday, 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. and make sure you keep it locked to crrfm.com, giving you a little bit of everything.
Hi there, this is Joan Edgehill, President of the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. Join me on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network every Saturday at 12:30 for community updates. Listen in to find out what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Been here since day one.
This is your girl, Coach Lady Mia, and you're tuned in to Glow 365, streaming on YouTube at Glow 365 TV shows, and on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network online at CRRFM. I'm inviting you to join me next Thursday on Glow 365 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for The Mia Almond Show, as I share honest conversations on important issues that affect men and women, and the importance of living healthy, embracing and celebrating your cultural heritage, and so much more. So keep it locked right here on CRRFM as we give you a little bit of everything.